The whole starving artist thing, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. We are officially kicking that stereotype to the curb and showing you how to leverage your art skills to pay the bills. My name is Katie.
And I'm Alana Griffo, and we are two self employed artists, and we are on one big mission to help other artists pursue their artistic passions and turn them into a sustainable business. Having multiple income streams is one of the best ways to set yourself up for success so that you're never just relying on one income stream. Let's say a global pandemic comes and wipes out all your freelance gigs and then your product sales plummet. We want you to have something to fall back on. Here's a look at our 2020 income stream pie chart so you can see where all of our money is coming from and how we diversify our income streams within our own business. If you're ready to set your business up for success and learn about these money-making strategies, hit that subscribe button and let's dive in.
Income stream number 1 is selling products. Alana and I are very familiar with this income stream because we both started our art businesses with product shops. One of our favorite things about this income stream is how accessible it is. You can get started with a very little investment just using the resources and the things that you have on hand. For example, I sell art prints and greeting cards that I simply print at home on my home printer, and I cut them out and score them and package them myself. Over time, my art business has grown and I've added more income streams in addition to my products, but I still am selling greeting cards, art prints, things like tea towels, and even jewelry. So let's delve a little bit deeper into this income stream. There are so many products that you can make and sell as an artist. So let's go ahead and divide them into two categories: physical products and digital products. In the physical product category, one of the things that you might want to consider is selling originals. This is great for fine artists, and you can sell your original pieces through galleries or through craft fairs or even direct to buyers and collectors. On the other hand, you can sell prints or replications of your art. And while those might not fetch the high prices that an original might, the plus is that you can sell the same piece of art over and over again. Yes! Here are a couple of my top tips if you're thinking about opening your own product shop. Focus on the low-hanging fruit. What resources do you have available? Is this something that you can produce and make at home? Or is there a local vendor that you know that you could team up with and keep things at a low cost? Because manufacturing really complex products is expensive. Another top tip is to keep track of your COGS, or cost of goods sold, and aim for high profit margins. So essentially, you want to make sure that the cost of creating your product is way lower than the cost that you're able to sell your product at. Tip number 3, 4, what are we at right now? It's a big tip. Test, adjust, and repeat. So listen to your customers. Are people buying this? Are they excited about it? And if not, why not? Talk to them and see what they're saying and try and fill in any gaps that there might be. And finally, set up systems and automations. Your future self is going to thank you so much because there are so many moving parts when it comes to a product business, from selling and marketing to logistics and shipping and packaging. There's so much to do, so the more that you can automate and streamline those things, the better. And then there's digital products. So typically these are going to be things that you might sell to other artists that make their lives easier, things like digital brushes or assets like stock photography or stock design pieces. You can also consider digital prints, which you allow your customers to buy and print out on their own home printer, which can have great margins, but can also be really frustrating that you don't have that quality control of somebody else's home printer. Overall, selling products can be so rewarding, and it is so cool to just hold in your hand something that you made that you can share with excited customers. But it also requires a lot of time and energy. My biggest tip: do the math. Get out that calculator before you do anything else and run the numbers. Does what you want to make sense? Is it going to help you reach your financial goals? And calculate, how many of this thing that I want to make do I have to sell to reach your numbers? And remember that products don't have to make up your entire paycheck. In fact, we don't recommend that you rely on just any one income stream alone, but more on that at the end of this video.
The second income stream is art licensing, and it's one of our favorites, and it's the secret that nobody's really talking about. So we just talked about all of the struggles that come with running your own product-based business, and we love art licensing because it really gives you all the perks of seeing your work on products without the hassle of shipping and manufacturing. Basically, art licensing means you are renting your art for other people to use on their products. So when you create a piece of artwork, you own the copyright to that artwork, and you can choose if you want to rent or loan that work to someone to use. Here's a really easy example. Katie and I have both designed greeting cards for our own shops before, and we've since partnered with larger brands who manufacture greeting cards, and they have rented our artwork to put on their greeting cards for a specific period of time. Now we can walk into the store and see our work on those greeting cards, but we didn't have to ship, we didn't have to manufacture, we didn't have to print, but we still get the joy of seeing it in stores. The other really great thing about art licensing is that you get to create your schedule of what you want to make and when. And my favorite part about art licensing is that you can license the same piece of work to multiple clients, which means you get income more than once for the same piece of work. Double dipping. Another really great thing about art licensing is that product royalties really add up over time and are really cumulative. So over time, if you've licensed a lot of designs, you're going to see those royalty checks starting to add up. Now let's talk about some of the cons of art licensing. The first one is that it can take a lot of time to build up a strong portfolio. And since you're in charge of creating your own schedule, you have to be really dedicated and motivated. Another con is that it can take a long time for you to start to get paid. This is because of the life cycle of products and the complexity of your terms and agreement. It's important that you understand your contracts so that you can set clear expectations of when you'll be paid and how long it will take. Another thing that can be really intimidating about art licensing is that you need to reach out to potential buyers and get your work in front of them. And that can take a lot of time and a lot of patience. So now let's go over a couple tips for how to get started with art licensing. The first thing you want to do is really understand your niche. Where would your work look really good? What categories would it do well in? And what kind of products would you love to see it on? It's really easy as artists to say, I want to see it on this and this and this and this, but really take some time to figure out where would people really respond to my work. You want to make sure you're creating the type of artwork that buyers like. So take notes about what people are liking, what you're seeing in stores, and start to build up that portfolio. Art licensing is a really unique industry, and it really takes everything you've learned about freelance and sort of flips it totally upside down. Luckily, we have a free training that'll help you understand the world of art licensing, which is definitely the first step to getting started. We'll link to that video right here and in the description so that you can take that for free.
Income stream number 3 is freelance. Freelance is a big word that pretty much encompasses any artist working one-on-one with the client to create custom work. For example, a lettering artist such as myself might be hired to create a logo type for a new brand, or the title treatment for a book cover, or a mural that will go inside an office building. For many artists, freelance can really become the bread and butter of what they do. And the more experience you get and the more known you become in your niche, this can become really lucrative. Alana and I have each booked single gigs that have made upwards of $12,000 each. The key to landing those high-paying freelance gigs? For one, have a strong portfolio with a clear point of view that tells clients the type of work that you'll make for them and the value that you'll bring. Also, you'll want to have a smart marketing strategy that puts your work in front of the right people, and you'll want to have great relationships that will get you referrals. Overall, this income stream is so powerful, and you can easily make more than your typical 9-to-5 if you have a steady stream of clients. However, there are things to look out for too with this income stream, like the fact that you are responsible for finding your clients, that you are the point person that they come to when they are unsatisfied or have some kind of issue. And also, there's just a lot of ebbs and flows in the freelance lifestyle. So one month you might have so many clients, you're going crazy, and hopefully in a good way. And then the next month you might be struggling to sign even one new client. So it's ups and downs, and there's positives and negatives to it, just like with anything.
Income stream number for installations and live art. Now, technically this could be considered freelance, but we really wanted to separate it so that you could start to get your wheels spinning about all the ways that you can make money from your work. Live art and installations is growing so much in popularity because of social media and the social impact that it can have on people. We all know everyone loves a photo op, like standing in front of a mural or a crazy backdrop at an event, and that's really what live art is all about, creating these wow moments or these social moments that are shareable. We've seen live painting at events, we've seen customization on luggage or shoes, and we've even seen temporary tattoo stations. One of the things you want to remember about these in-person live events is that it does make you think on the spot. You have to be really quick on your feet and prepared to interact with a lot of people. But for some people, that can be totally terrifying. So really think about if live events will fuel you and make you feel really excited, or if they will leave you wanting to sleep for the next 10 days. If you're thinking about doing live art installation, make sure you practice first. Set up a game plan and do a couple tests at home. And the other thing is to just create mock-ups so you can start to attract that type of work.
Income stream 5, teaching. Teaching has become an important part of our income pie over the last few years. And teaching for artists, if you enjoy it, is a really natural fit because you've already spent all this time honing your craft that you're just sitting on this wealth of knowledge. There are a lot of ways to start teaching, and you definitely don't have to be an expert to start sharing what you know. Once you identify a subject that you want to teach, make sure there are people out there who want to learn about it. So you can kind of test the waters by maybe putting a little tutorial out there on your social media or inviting your friends over for a little workshop night. Start putting the feelers out there and see if people bite. Don't forget, there are lots of ways to get your wisdom out into the world. There are online courses, in-person workshops, speaking engagements, and you could even write a book like our very own Alana Griffo has. A best-selling book, by the way. We love this income stream because there's the potential for passive income as well. That's one of our favorite words, because you can put out that online course or that book, and then it's out there just making money over and over for you, which is so cool.
By now, your head is spinning with ideas of how you want to turn your art into income, and you're excited to get started, but you might be a little overwhelmed. Don't run off just yet. Here is our biggest tip. The key to building a sustainable, growing, healthy, wonderful art business is to layer multiple income streams. We suggest something we like to call double dipping, and it's not the disgusting kind during COVID where you're dipping your chip and then dipping it again. None of that. This is where you can use the same pieces, the same work, and work a lot smarter to create more income from one piece of work instead of doing the work twice. You could make a greeting card design for your product shop, and then you could license that to a t-shirt company or a mural. So for us, having our own product shop directly overlaps with our licensing because we can create something for our online shops, and then we could also license that same design to a larger company.
So while you're deciding which of these income streams you want to add to your art business, keep these things in mind. What are my goals and which of these income streams is going to best help me reach them? Number 2, how much time can I devote and which income streams align with that? And number 3, what is something that you can do today to move the needle forward? We would love to hear your answers to these questions in the comments below so we can cheer you on.
So we just threw a ton of information at you. Let's break it down so that you don't feel overwhelmed. The first thing you want to do is go sign up for that free training about art licensing. In the training, we'll really break down the industry and talk about how you can get your work on products and how you can get started with art licensing. So we're going to link to that in the description and right here, and you can go sign up for free. We're artists who mean business, and we're in this together. We'll see you in the next video.